All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and today we got to talk about Taskmaster because when the patch notes dropped, I said this uniform was a must buy, and I saw a couple people disagreeing with me, but the reality is I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on this one. I think this uniform is a must buy because of the fact that it is transforming Taskmaster from being a combat human male supervillain to a combat female superhero. Okay, very important. Still a human. If you take a look at the amount of combat support characters that we have that are humans and females, you'll realize that we don't have many that are as good as Taskmaster for World Boss. Okay, World Boss Legend, especially now that he can get tier 4. He's definitely on the list for tier 4 for me. Probably going to do him before Nick Fury, especially if you are a new player. If you are free to play, Taskmaster is even more valuable to you for the simple fact that currently the best combat female superhero in the game is Crescent, simply because she's the only tier 4 combat female superhero available until now. Okay, now we have Taskmaster. That makes 2. The problem is this uniform is a paid uniform. You have to spend money to get it, and you have to be here at the right time, April Fools, to get this uniform. If you don't, then you gotta buy the uniform, the seasonal uniform ticket, and then go ahead and pick up the uniform. But with Taskmaster now coming into the picture, if you're free to play, you now have an option for Extreme Alliance Battle. And I think it's a good option because even if at some point you decide to spend money later on, or if they release another free-to-play option in the future, or not even a, well, I guess technically Hope is a free-to-play option, right? Just a heavy crystal cost character. If at some point you unlock Hope, Hope is probably going to get you similarly to what you're going to get with a tier 4 Taskmaster, because at the end of the day, he's not built to replace Crescent. He's just, or she rather, is just built to give you more options. The good thing is, once the DPS falls off with Taskmaster in the future, you can always fall back on something that will never be useless to you, and that is the uniform bonus here. This thing that applies to all allies, villains, heroes, male, female, human. Everybody can benefit from this. PvE, PvP. So it's just very, very valuable. And I love what they did here because this ensures that both versions of Taskmaster remain valuable. This is very rare. Very, very, very rare that you see a uniform come out for a character and it doesn't immediately replace the old one. And it's kind of the same thing that they did with Bucky, and that's why I stand 10 toes down when I say that the uniform for Bucky, even though it's not the best possible upgrade that he could have gotten, it is still very useful. However, it's dependent on what you care about doing in the game and where you currently are in the game. Whereas with Taskmaster, no matter where you are in the game, you will be able to benefit from both versions of Taskmaster, whether you want to use him or her as a DPS for ABX or as a support for World Boss, Giant Boss Raid, or whatever forms of content that you need a damage increasing character for. So absolutely love what they did here, even though I'm sure some of you guys would have wanted more. Now with that being said, we're going to take my level 80 Taskmaster into Extreme Alliance Battle so you guys can see what she can do with a pretty pedestrian build. And the reason why I wanted to do this before I tier 4 Taskmaster is because I know a lot of you guys right now, you're strapped for materials because of the fact that you're probably pushing a tier 2 native to tier 4 to make the most out of this thing that's going on right here, right? Not this, the other one, this one, right? I use mine already, as you can see. So you might not be able to do Taskmaster and finish that event at the same time. So you would prioritize that event get the discount tier 4 and then come back to Taskmaster if you need Taskmaster at tier 4. But for some of you guys, maybe you don't care about Extreme Alliance battle like that. For me, it is very important to, at least for Extreme, get enough to get the tokens. Okay, so that's about like what, 12 million? I forget where the token box is. I'm talking about this box right here that give you the tokens that you can then use to level up your collection. By the way, some of you guys were asking what I got for the brilliant for the bingo. They're probably gonna give me an energy of destruction, an egg, or okay, so I got one of the ones that I can actually use. That's crazy. I did not expect to get agreed. Okay, so this is good. Anyways, let me go show you guys how we rocking with Taskmaster. Let me know what you guys got. I saw a lot of you guys getting brilliant rages, but yeah, let me load this up real quick in training mode. So if you're free to play, this is where you would be primarily using Taskmaster, and I'm for the most part just gonna refer to Tasky as he, because it's just easier to refer to him as what he's always been. You know, my guy Tony Masters. Boom, boom, boom. One of the cool things about him is he can also use a CTP of energy. Just a couple quick delays in the rotation. So like, especially if you buy it now, 875, you buy both Taskmasters uniforms, and honestly, that's a better investment at this point than buying Hope. Just to be real with you. Okay. Even though Hope is gonna score a little bit more, like even at 70, Hope will outscore Taskmaster for sure. Like, she just does a better job killing the mobs. Her AoE is just amazing, especially with her awaken skill and stuff. I'm debating if I should be ideally keeping the proc on the, what's it called, tier 3 or the 5th skill. But we're just gonna keep putting it on the tier 3 just because it syncs up. Looks like we can get about 10-11 mil with Tasky, which is not bad for a support character. Cool thing is multiple. Oh, come on, that kind of sucks. We have multiple cancel effects depending on the season. So even at level 70, you don't have to really worry. Now, I'd hope you have all the cancel effects so you never have to worry. But still, significantly cheaper to pick up Taskmasters, both of his uniforms, and they just have a lot more value at the end of the day. Nice. So we're able to delay the fool there. Go ahead and cancel that out. Looks like we might make it to 11. Okay, come on, my proc's a little bit. Nah, we're not gonna make it to 11. Skill timer is a little bit off because we had to do a little bit of a delay to make sure that we canceled this guy from the roar, but it's not bad. It's honestly not bad. For not having tier 4, 10.7 is actually not too bad. So you're getting pretty close to that little chest for the tokens. I think if I tier 4 them, we could get up to the same score as Hope. Never thought I'd see the day I'm using Taskmaster as a DPS for Giant Boss Raid, but I do want to see what the damage output looks like pre-tier 4, because I think I am going to tier 4 Taskmaster. simply because of the fact that he or she, whichever one, can change not just factions but also gender, so that will allow me to actually get a lot of value out of Taskmaster. I was thinking I should tier for either him or Nick Fury, and I think it just makes more sense to go with Tasky for now. I might double back to my boy Nicholas. Might as well just toss out tier 3, I guess. Okay, so almost a minute for the first. Means it'll probably be a 4-minute clear. Let's see. Bar's moving better than I thought it would be from that rotation, to be honest. Okay, where's my rage proc? Come on now, we're not supposed to have it be delayed like that, but it's a good thing that the what you call it, the tier 3 is pretty lengthy, so if the proc does come late, we don't really have to worry too tough. Cause oh, hold on. Ooh. Let me get that heal. Yes, he, she, they have one of those. They forgot to put one on Ghost, but they made sure to put one on Taskmaster, which is crazy. I'm laughing, but I'm just laughing to hide the pain, you know? Okay, I'm in a little gap here, so I'm trying to see if I can be safe from. Oh, we were safe. Safe. Oh, hold on. Are we safe? Ooh, not quite. Okay, I thought this was gonna take a lot longer. Taskmaster. Ooh. Taskmaster's deep's actually not complete ass. I might die here. Ooh, we dodged the ball. That's crazy. We dodged the ball. I fully expected him to die. Okay, that's actually not bad as a DPS. All right, so I was trying to dip out of GBR, but I accidentally cleared it. It is what it is. I didn't want to waste the energy, but as you can see, I have way more energy than I need just because of the fact that we have that secret shop going on. Well, yes, bingo, secret shop, whatever. And I bought a bunch of energy, so it's just sitting there. Might as well use it. Anyway, point is, I think this Taskmaster's uniform is absolutely amazing. It's a must buy for me, but if you disagree, let me know why you disagree in the comments, okay? Definitely gonna get that last book that I am missing, and I'm gonna tier for him. So you're probably gonna see one more video. I think I'm at 9. Let me just double check where the book's at. Yeah, I'm at 9. So once we get that last book, you know, expect a tier 4 Taskmaster. Because the reason why I can't do it now is because I actually just did read. If you keep up the posts on the community section of the YouTube channel, you know I just did Mr. Fantastic for my tier 4 discount, because I'm trying to prepare for the Fantastic Four. I didn't want to leave multiple tier 4s for the movie. I still gotta do Human Torch. Anyways, leave your thoughts in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out. Peace.